me see who's gonna open it. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Hey guys, Chicky456 here, back with another video. Another art video of me looking back on old stuff I drew. And if you've seen my previous video, I believe it was part 3, you know, in the end I said it was finally going to be looking back on my old Mr. Men art. I got a whole binder just full of different parts. Yeah, we'll be looking back on all my old artwork of this, and oh my gosh, there's like, wait, let me see. There's gotta be over 10 different parts in this. Like, there's a whole bunch of different sections. Good gosh. Oh boy, this should be fun. I'm kind of cringing because I've seen some stuff and it's just like, what was I thinking? It's like with all the other past videos. I'm gonna look at this artwork and be like, why did I draw this? I have no idea. Let's start off with this though here. There's stuff here. There's some artwork for some friends. I know some people are going to be confused probably when they see the whole thing with the bodies. I can't remember what made me decide to try to draw the characters with this. I think it's when I wanted to add clothing on them. And just since they're such little small shapes, I was like, this isn't going to work out. Then I tried drawing like a human body on them, I guess, and I was like, alright. I know I don't think I was the first person to start that. I think there was other artists before me that did it. And, but I feel like with me on DeviantArt, I kind of got that popular in a sense. I'm not sure. This is when the new ones came out and they were going to, had a poll for them. Honestly, all of them should be new Mr. Men and Little Misses. They're all cute. Now this, the monster book, this was old too, where I wanted to do a whole monster AU, alternate universe, with these guys. And I would write out this and make like a book sheet. It was based off of the monster books I have. And then I actually would type out and print out stuff. Like I actually wanted to make a whole book. But yeah, I did a lot of different monsters with these guys. She's got 2 forms. Miss Sunshine Special, she gets 2 forms. But yeah, just a bunch of different monsters. Some of them are more gruesome than others, because it's monsters. What did you expect? Sea monster. I have actually done an updated version of this. These are when I would do those Vocaloid videos with these guys. Does anyone remember that? I've stopped doing that, of course. There's no point to them. This is when I came up with more different AUs. I think I was getting into a lot of alternate universes and I love doing crossover stuff. There was like a plant monster, portals, crazy lover kind of thing. Vampire, witch doctor kind of stuff. I only ever got this one done as a story, actually, on my DeviantArt. Go check it out. It's actually really good. I read it again, and it's actually pretty cool. And speaking of the vampire story, that one's actually next in this. There's going to be some blood in this, of course, because it's vampires. But yeah, I did a whole Mr. Bump vampire story, and instead of making it like a comic, each drawing told like a different story that was down below in the description. I shipped these 2 at one point. I don't know why. I think everyone does. Yeah, just a whole big story. I like these. I actually like looking back on this now. I put a lot of detail in this, all for it being hand-drawn compared to it being digital. Like, man. And don't worry, it has a good, happy ending. Everything's happy. And, of course, it's all good. All ends well. Alright, this was another story I did with the whole Mr. Quiet plant thing. Plant monster. Dang, this is cool. I'm looking at it and like amazed by it. I'm not even showing you guys. This looks silly. And then like it's supposed to go on like the story how it is, and I thought this was kind of. I'm like, ooh, this is getting cool. Then this page, freaking monster, all creepy plant stuff, and then this page though, oh my gosh, I love it. Because of the green plants. Look at how cool that is. Like I said, I haven't really done much with this story. I hope I still have the story saved. Because it would be really cool to look back on it. Just to see where this was going to go. Yeah, he got really in the creepy stuff with this one. Not like creepy, but you know what I mean. Oh man, there's some bad gore right there. What the heck? Yeah, I'm not sure. I know, I'm just going to tell you, the way I would have ended this is Mr. Quiet would. Am I scaring you guys? Are you guys getting concerned for me? I hope you're not. Alright, this one kind of has like some video game crossovers. You had like the Queen's, I believe these were the Queen's add-ons from the game. Then you had the Batters add-ons, the 3 rings he had. Like, I wanted to make them like their own kind of characters from this. Mr. Bump would have been the Batter. I tried drawing his monster form, but I never liked how they came out. I know he's technically supposed to be a bird, but I like the Mr. Stubborn being a werewolf. Made Mr. Happy as the judge because of the cat, the smile on the cat. But I still kept him like a human. Of course, Miss Scary is this character because of the masks. I made Miss Chatterbox as Sugar. I'm not sure why. And of course, Mr. Rude is him. Oh boy, I did an Undertale crossover. This is when Undertale was like really big. I know it's probably still big to this day, but this is when I think it first kind of came out, and it was really hitting it off. A friend suggested Mr. Tickle as Papyrus. And of course, Mr. Lazy would probably be Sans. Instead of like the skulls and stuff, since I feel like that wouldn't really fit the theme, I made him have baseball bats instead. More characters. I decided to have Little Miss Fun as Flowey. Mr. Grumpy, of course, is the dummy. More of the characters. There was a whole kingdom theme I was going to do with these. There was like a lot of stories and stuff. That's a lot of problems with looking back at my old art. I had a lot of stories and ideas that never end up going anywhere. This one's really cute. Yeah, Poppy the Performer was really popular too, and I did a crossover with them. I only had Mr. Stubborn as him because of the wolf aspect. And then of course Mr. Bump would be Poppy as Team Fortress characters based off of a friend's artwork. You got the spies and the scouts, the engineers, the snipers. I'm sorry, it's just funny. And the pyros. I never did finish this either. This is when I drew all the characters having families. So, I mean, you do have to figure out, how do the Mr. Men and Little Misses, where do they come from? You know, is it like humans? I'm not really going to get into much two of these, but yeah. I would draw the families out. What the heck? Oh, yeah. The Mr. Stubborn one's ripped because the parents got a divorce. So this is based off of one of my friends' alternate universes where they made a superhero, supervillain kind of thing. Here's just all the characters. Some, of course, are supervillains. Some are superheroes. You can probably tell from how they look who's superhero, who's a supervillain. Yeah, Mr. Small and Mr. Nosy. They got a fusion. She's definitely, I based her off of the Sailor Moon type of look. was another Friends whole thing, Mr. Men becoming animals. But yeah, they all get turned into animals, and they gotta save the day somehow, or figure out how to get turned back. And so yeah, they're all different animals. I do kind of plan another story for this. I would kind of like to work on a story with this idea. This is when I tried to draw, I was going to try to draw all the characters. Got a little mislaid. I actually like her. I seen her video about her, and when she got covered in the snow, I don't know why I thought that was so funny and adorable to me. I'm like, sorry. Yeah, I tried drawing all the characters in a way. Miss Strong was based off of how they had a female version of Mr. Strong in one of the music videos, but I decided to go with his square form in that. I like the idea that she wears a sweater that when she hugs you, it's actually really itchy. Like many people that do in fandoms, I drew the next generation. This is where it all started. Aww. How many years? This was back when I was like in middle school, grammar school age. So this is like super old art now. And then I drew more. And then I drew more. A lot of, like I said, some of these ships of the parents and stuff, of course, do not exist anymore with me. I definitely want to revamp this whole thing. I do love this little guy, though. He's my favorite. But here's them older then. Some of them older. Okay, here we go. See, this is what I was talking about in a way of when I tried drawing them still in their shape, like the little shape form, but I wanted to put clothes on them. So I was able to kind of do that back then. Yeah, I freaking love him so much. Then I tried for a whole opposite alternate universe kind of thing. You know, like instead of Mr. Grumpy, you got Mr. Bright, Miss Scary. You have, I made her Miss Scaredy Cat, which I thought was a cute idea. Mr. Nervous, Mr. Calm, which is funny because now we do have an actual Mr. Calm. But yeah, here's more of me trying to draw them all opposite. And of course I only ever got like 2 parts done, and then that was it. This, what's this kind of stuff? Oh no! I just seen something in the back that I can't show. Alright, this is some ship art. This is ship art. So we're into the love section. Of course, we got Miss Helpful, Mr. Lazy. I did a whole mummy theme with them based off of when he was wrapped up like a mummy. Miss Giggles and Mr. Tickle going out on a date. A teenager, when they were teenagers, ink stuff. I call this Wedding Bells Will Start to Scream. Miss Giggles and Mr. Tickle. For some reason, I like Mr. Stubborn and Miss Bossy. This one, too, I called Learn How to Control Your Man. I think it was the whole idea that the fandom actually wanted to see an interaction between these two. That would have been so cool. And they never did. That would have been good. It would have been such a good... Could they really not have thought of a skit between the two? I don't know how it would end. Of course, this whole kind of ship going on here. Opposites attract kind of thing going. I'm cringing. So we're not gonna look at that. Alright, we got the good old classic gender bend. Ooh. Uh-oh. Another classic staple in every fandom. Like, instead of Miss Giggles, we have Mr. Giggle. I like how Miss Scary didn't really change. We got Miss Quiet. Mr. Helpful, who's kind of sleazy. I mean, just look at that. That's not oil. Then you got Miss Bump, Mr. Naughty, Miss Bounce. She's so cute. Look how cute she is. Mr. Whoops. Then Miss Grumpy. Mr. Daredevil, pretty easy. Miss Tickle. She looks really cute. We're Happy and Miss Sunshine, like, they were kind of tricky to figure out just because they're pretty much the same, like, in a way. Like, if I were to make Mr. Happy, Miss Happy, should she just look like Miss Sunshine? Mr. Chatterbox, there already is an actual Mr. Chatterbox. And then Miss Nosy and Miss Small. I would draw them all as Mimikyus from Pokemon. I always like the idea of just Mr. Happy, you know, the knife being creepy. Miss Scary was the very first one I came up with. And of course, we got all the other characters. I actually was the one that got all the characters done with this one, so that's good. Mr. Tall is cute. He uses a stick. He's definitely a poison ghost type. We got other characters. Mr. Bounce is a tennis ball, of course. It was fun making these too, just the different designs. Mr. Messy's kind of creepy. It's okay though. I even included Little Miss Fun. It's kind of sad how she was on the back of the DVD case, but never got used for anything. Oh, these two are actually my friends. Here's Mr. Persnickety and Mr. Fussy. And this one's for my other friend Alyssa. And we got a little Kirby, a little surprised Kirby right there. Some more art for some friends. And then Miss Whoops. She's the one that would work in hospitals. I like to think her Mimikyu would be in like the children's hospital wing. This was another kind of series I did where I made it try to all like serious. I would just draw the picture and then I'd kind of edit it through. Like I would put the words and stuff here. It's all in my DeviantArt still. Did really nice with the backgrounds though. Here I'm like it's all depressing and stuff, but I'm just like, it's nice. It looks nice. Then I was going to do one with some misters, but this all fell apart and I never got it done. Ooh, this is when I think with Steven Universe and the fusion stuff was really kicking off too with the gem fusions. I would try to draw some characters. This I believe is Miss Scary, yeah, right here. Miss Scary and Miss Naughty. And then another one I drew that I really liked was Miss Daredevil and Miss Scary. I love the names too, Triple Dog Dare. I thought that was really cool with her. Ooh, I don't remember this one. Ragdoll, it's Miss Scary and Mr. Messy. That's actually really cool. That's creepy. That's horrifying. What was I drawing? What was I doing? So this is just a random page of stuff. Got Mr. Grumpy as a zombie. I like the idea that Miss Scary would actually have a fear of blood. I know she's into like the fear and the scares and the fright, but she does it more of like in a harmless, playful, scary way compared to like how, you know, some people do gore and horror just to shock you. I feel like she would actually have a fear of blood and not be into that kind of horror. She more so is like the fun, scare, prank stuff. And of course I couldn't help but do like adult humor with this. So you got Miss Helpful saying he may be called lazy, but he ain't lazy in bed, honey. And of course, you know, Mr. Lazy's freaking out over that. I also did like wedding themes or them in dresses. So we got Miss Scary. Hers is all horror themed. Miss Naughty. Hers is still elegant. You know, she can still be pretty. Miss Sunshine. Of course, she'd be freaking adorable in hers. Miss Daredevil's funny. She definitely would be up to have a jetpack on hers. Of course, I did a whole Five Nights at Freddy's crossover with these guys. This is, of course, when it first started. So, Mr. Tickle would be Freddy. You got the Freddy, the Bonnie, the Chica, the Foxy, and then Golden Freddy. And then I also did it when Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came out. And then, of course, with that, I drew what the toys would be. So you got Toy Freddy, Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, Mangle, I like the idea of them two together. Springtrap, Balloon Boy, Marionette. This was before we all knew that the spirit was a girl. This was way before all that. And then the Night Guard. Poor Mr. Nervous. I don't think he'd survive. He wouldn't survive. But you know what? I bet the animatronics would look at him and just be like, "This is so sad. You're so scared and afraid. We'll take pity on you." Alright, so I did a Game Grumps crossover with Mr. Stubborn and Mr. Grumpy. I like their skits together in the show. And a friend suggested what would happen if Miss Scary met Mr. like Grumpy as a zombie, and she wants to go scare Mr. Nervous. And then also too, Miss Scary should have definitely seen the werewolf Mr. Stubborn. I think she would have loved it. And then I'm trying to make her where, you know, if she wants to get bit, she wants to be a werewolf. Oh boy, a meme. Oh my gosh. Oh. Wow, this is old. This art's so old. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, we came across a bunch of old art. This is when I first tried drawing them. Like, this is when I was getting back into the show when I was in grammar school. And I wanted to draw them with, like, kind of cool clothing and stuff. Like, I drew Miss Scary all gothic, punk. Mr. Small's the same. That's hilarious. Yeah. Also, too, I was trying to give, like, an animated look to him. I don't know why. Miss Sunshine's really cute. I like the Miss Daredevil. She looks cute like that. Also, Mr. Tall probably should have had pants. Just seeing big, long legs like that on a character. I like how I drew Mr. Lazy. And some of the others. I like Mr. Bump here. Mr. Bounce is cute. But yeah, this was way back when I was probably in like 6th grade. Ooh, Miss Calamity looks so cute. Oh my gosh. I like Mr. Nervous too. I still give him a punk feel. But yeah, I was trying to draw clothing on him. Oh, I also had this cute idea where Miss Scary and Mr. Nervous were childhood friends. Like, she was actually kind of sweet. Alright, now this is stuff I drew for Friends. This was from a Friends OC. The pairing, and then I had it where they ended up having triplets. So that was fun. Some Friends OCs that wanted me to draw them as the Mimikyus that I was doing. Aw, Mr. Lonely. But he looks so cute. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh jeez. More Sonas. More Mr. Mansonas. I love this. Was another Friends few OCs. And I drew them as all like the King of the Hill pose. Where they're all by the fence. This is some old art too. Like when I showed all those old sketches. Some old ship art. And again, Mr. Quiet, Miss Daredevil. And then here's me. Here's my Sona, Miss Sketch. This is funny. Was just the idea that I had from the episode where Mr. Persnickety tries to buy a car from Mr. Stubborn. And I couldn't help but think, what if Mr. Stubborn was like that with him? Because he knew Mr. Persnickety would like keep going for it. And then in the end he gets the car. But it was all, you know, sucker kind of thing going on. I thought that would be hilarious. Oh my gosh, this is some old art. I dated it. This was back in 2012. This is when I was first trying to draw and sketch him. This paper and stuff I was sketching him on probably wasn't the best. But yeah, this was back in 2012. Oh my gosh. 7/27/2012. And this one's 7/28/2012. Whew, oh boy. That was the end of this video, guys. And overall, I'm glad I went through it. It was fun going down memory lane through this. I wasn't cringing as much as I thought. Yeah, it was definitely a trip down memory lane. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But anyways, I thank you guys so much for watching. You guys got to see like how my art's evolved over time from going to this to what I draw now. But yeah, it was fun. And I hope to actually draw more art now of the Mr. Men in the future. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. This will probably be the final part to looking back on my old art, unless I come across anything as I'm going through more stuff. But yeah, so again, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day.